Welcome to Menu Planning Saturday. And I am tired. I took my son to a puzzle swap event this morning, and my husband and daughter stayed home because my mom is still struggling with her arthritis, and she just started a sleeping medication last night. I have an update video to do for her. And we were getting our new couch delivered. And the window was between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. And they got here around 8:45. I feel like I've lived a whole life and it's 1:30. But let's get into what we're going to have for dinner next week. We have one rollover, and that is the meatball subs. I did some rearranging of food we had for dinner last week, and we had an extra leftover night, so meatball subs got rolled because there's nothing there that will perish. It's all shelf stable or frozen, so it'll be had this coming week. We are working hard to use up what we have and just sprinkle in little ingredients. So we're going to do mashed potato bowls, which is our take on a KFC bowl that we began eating back in our apartment days, my husband and I, before we even knew what a KFC bowl was. And I have some frozen chicken, and we'll just use up any leftover vegetables. And we usually use instant mashed potatoes because it's hit or miss if I have any potatoes to use to mash up. So we're gonna wing what actually makes its way into those bowls. Then we have pasta with ham and peas. I have a frozen bag of peas from the food bank, and I still have, I think, a quarter of the 2 or 3 pound tube of ham we got from the food bank. So I may or may not be using it up. And this was actually a meal I would make when my dad was still alive for Easter, because he really wanted ham, but a whole big ham goes to waste. So I used to do this dish for Easter, and I haven't made it in a long time, but we're gonna make it now because I have all the ingredients. I just need to get bow tie pasta, essentially. Hobo casserole is up next, and this is going to be just using up some frozen meat concoction I have in the freezer that gets turned into this hobo casserole. You add like a cream of soup, you add a couple ingredients, and then you bake it into a casserole. And I've done this in the past with other leftovers, and it's just a good way to make sure nothing goes to waste. This week I'm choosing something from a cookbook. So I asked my husband to dig me out a cookbook, and he chose the Gone with the Wind cookbook I got. And I either got that at the thrift store or a little free library. And it took me a while to find a meal in there. And it is scalloped noodles with chicken, which kind of just looks like a basic casserole, and that's fine. But the name scallop noodles is what caught my attention because I've never heard that combo before. And I'm going to serve it with some roasted broccoli or frozen broccoli. We'll just see what's in stock and is cheaper at Aldi. But it needed a little like vegetable freshness to be paired with it. And that gives us 2 nights of leftovers, more if we can swing it. But that's what we got going on next week for dinner. So I hope y'all are doing okay, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.